Hey guys, it's Olivia and I'm back with another video. So, typically the week after my birthday, I'll make a little skit like comparing my new age to my previous age. So, I made one comparing being 17 versus 18, and then one being 18 versus 19. And 3 months ago in January, I turned 20, but there was no video. So, this begs the question, why? Where was this 19 versus 20 video? Well, you see, I was gonna make a video doing the same type of thing, choosing things from my daily life and showing how they didn't change even though I'm a year older. But after being 20 for 3 months, I now realize that things actually are different. And so that's what we're going to talk about. But before we get into this week's video, be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday. I make anywhere from topic videos like this to rants to how to make money online videos. And with all that being said, let's get into this week's video. So, as I've mentioned, my birthday is in January 24th to be specific. So I have an early birthday, which means in almost every friend group I've ever had, I'm usually the oldest friend. Like, me and my friends are typically born in the same year, but my birthday comes before theirs. So I've always been the older friend. And the thing that comes along with being the older friend is you're the first person to turn double digits. You're the first person to become a teenager. You're the first person who gets to learn how to drive. You're the first person who gets to drink legally. Like, you get to do everything first. But then there comes a point where those firsts end. Like, there are certain things that there are age restrictions on. Like, there's a certain age that you're allowed to get your license, and there's a certain age that you're allowed to drink, right? But then there comes a point in time where everybody is old enough to do everything and there's no longer age restrictions. Like, just because you're the oldest friend doesn't mean you're going to get married first and stuff like that. So when it gets to the point where all the firsts are behind you, then you change from being the older friend to the old friend. Like, listen real close. Older friend, old friend. And so where I live, which is in Ontario, Canada, the legal drinking age is 19. So last year, when me and all my friends turned 19, and I was the first person to turn 19, that was the last first. So I was the first person to turn 19. But now I'm the first person to turn 20. There's no first that comes along with being 20. And there's no more firsts after that. There's no more legal firsts after 19. So it's like the moment I turned 20, or not even, the moment all of my friends were now legal, there's no firsts left. And so turning 20 changed my social dynamic. I am no longer the older friend, the cool older friend who can do things that you can't yet. Like, oh, like, I'm friends with her. Like she's a senior, like I'm also a senior, but like she's already 18 and I'm still 17. Like, she's my older friend. She's an adult. I'm friends with an adult. Like, you lose that status. You've lost it. Like, you're 20 now. Everyone has already been through the first. Everyone's an adult. Everybody can drive. Everybody can drink. Everybody can everything. You're just the old friend. So that's the first thing. The second thing is everything you do becomes mediocre. Allow me to elaborate. So when I was 19, my tagline was a teenager, but also an adult. And so basically, when you are two categories at the same time, you can pick and choose when you want to be which. Like, if somebody asks you to do something that you don't want to do, you're like, what? I'm only a teenager. I don't know how to do that. I'm too young for that. I can't do it. But then if, like, you want to go out or something and your parents don't want you to, you're like, I'm an adult. I'm grown. I can go. Like, you get to switch between what you want. If you want to be a teenager, you want to be too young to do something that you're trying to get out of, you're a teen right now. But then there's something that you want to do and you want to prove that you're old enough. Oop, now you're an adult. Like, you pick and choose what you want to be. But then once you're 20, you're only an adult. There's no picking and choosing. Let's say you accomplish something really big, and then someone's like, by the way, how old are you? And you're like 19. They're like, what? You're 19 and you did all that? Meanwhile, if you do the exact same activity or action or whatever it is that you're being awarded for, and then someone's like, oh, by the way, how old are you? And you're like 20. They're like, oh, well, that's good. Like, it's not impressive anymore. Like, when you are 19, you're an adult, but people hear teen. People hear that you're still young, that you're still full of youth. So when you do something as a teenager, it is like praise. Like, you've accomplished all of that and you're only a teenager? Like, everything becomes, and the teen did this. Oh, the teen did that. Like, I have been watching a lot of tennis recently, and like, when there's like a teenager facing like a 37-year-old, they're always like, and the teen is serving. Oh, the teen is this and the teen is that. Like, when you're a teenager, it's like, what? You're playing on a world stage and you're only a teen? How much you want to bet right as that person turns 20, they're just like, oh, and the one adult is serving to the other adult. Like, legit, it loses all its lure. It loses all its fantasticalness, because now you're not a teen who's playing professional sports. You're just an adult playing professional sports. But then again, like, most professional athletes are adults. And it's like, before you were an adult, but people didn't see that. They saw, wow, a teenager as a professional at something, but now you're just an adult who's a professional at something. So that's just basic. So it's like, it's still equally as impressive. You're a 20-year-old playing on a world stage, but it's not perceived the same. Like, once you turn 20, everything you do is just like, well, you're supposed to be great. You're an adult. You're supposed to be doing great things. But then when you're a teenager, it's like, what? You're already doing great things? And it's like, if somebody asked you how old you were the day before your birthday and you tell them that you're 19, it's great. And then the next day on your 20th birthday, they ask you about the same thing and you say that you're 20, and now it's just and you're literally 24 hours older than you were the day before. So it's like, you lose all your like, wow, oh my gosh, I can't believe you've done all that. Once you turn 20, you've lost it. Everything you do is mediocre now. Everything you do is now expected, because you're an adult, and adults are supposed to achieve things. But teenagers, what? You achieve something? Oh, you're 20. Like, good job, I guess. Like, it loses everything. I don't know why, but it happens. So yeah, those are the two major things that I've noticed between being 19 and 20. You are no longer the cool older friend, even though I would never necessarily classify myself as cool, but I got a little bit of cred simply for being born first. And now everything I do is just expected of me, because I'm an adult and I'm expected to do well. So yeah, that's what I've learned from being 20. Don't rush to grow up. Like, here I am acting like I'm like old and wise and giving some life advice. You person who's watching me, you're probably older than me, okay? So I shouldn't be the one being like, oh, you should cling to your youth while you have it, even though I do kind of feel like that a little bit, which is ridiculous. I'm 20. But yeah, like, if you're a teenager, be happy with your teenhood. It is a wonderful thing. Like, I'm not saying that being 20 is horrible. I'm totally fine. It's really not that different. I could make a whole skit about how it's the same as 19, but those are two things that I did notice that are different, and I just thought I would let you know. So yes, this birthday video came 3 months late, but it is here, and it is different from the other two that I have made. But yeah, that's what I've noticed, the difference between being 19 and being 20. So that's all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you think your friends will enjoy it, be sure to share it with them. All my social media links will be down below in case you want to follow me on there. Be sure to subscribe subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday, and I'll see you next Monday with a new video.